Today's elevation class is all about getting long in the spine, connecting into our core, so we can twist from the thoracic spine, this middle spine. And so today will be a lot about stabilizing the low back to prepare our middle spine for these twists. Since we'll be finding a variety of twists, you might want to have a yoga block or something like that handy to get the floor a little bit closer to you or to bring underneath your seat. All pointed out to you when I'm using it, so just can be helpful to bring the floor a little bit closer. But you don't necessarily need one for today, or otherwise we can modify it. Let's get started on our back. And today we'll get started, with the feet walked in, hips on the ground, shoulders, back of the head. We'll bring the right ankle over top of the left thigh. And so we just want to cross that ankle over the thigh and get a little external rotation into this right hip. Just starting it off with a little supine figure four here to uncork the hip a little bit and free it up. Feel the left foot press into the ground and even kind of grip the floor with those toes of the left foot. Let it fire up the left glute here. And take an inhale, and as you exhale, draw the belly down. Feel how that helps you engage more into the glute as you're pulling into the core and consolidating it. And then press into the left foot. And just hover your butt off the floor. So our hips are lifting, and you might even feel a little extra external rotation, so even more opening now into the hip. Notice if the pelvis has, the right side anyway, has kind of failed to come along with the left. Let's see if we can get it lifted in line. And if this is too much, then hey, go right ahead, uncross that ankle. You'll be fine with both feet on the ground. But we'll take our left hand up towards the ceiling if that figure four opener on the right leg's feeling good. And we'll bring our right hand over the left four fingers. Pull it back towards your face and even send your thumb away from the center of the palm. Take an inhale and breathe. So what I mean is I'm just using the thumb itself to pull away from the palm and just really spread all the tissues of the hand out, open it up, and prepare the wrist for a little bit of weight bearing. We'll release the left wrist, circle it, and we'll take the right hand up, pull back on the right fingers, and pull that right thumb away from the center of the palm. So just stretching out that other wrist, coming into it. We'll bring ourselves all the way down. You can keep stretching this right wrist and cross the right ankle. And so we'll take the left ankle over the right thigh and externally rotate. So even if you have both feet on the ground, then you'll bring yourself, we're still laying down now, so the hips came down and we have that left ankle crossed. Release the right wrist. You can circle the wrists a few times. And then we'll get into this other side real quick here. So we're going to press into the right foot, squeeze the right glute. Again, you're hovering the hips now, really pressing that foot, grabbing it with the toes into the floor. Let the low back feel like it's getting longer, and you can even bring your hands onto your hips. And notice that your left side of your pelvis kind of failed to come along with the right side. That's okay, it's not a permanent failure. We can bring it right along, and then, there it is, right in line. So you're feeling that little external rotation in the left leg. There's a lot of firing up in that right leg happening. The left is probably just relieved to get a little bit. It's still working. We still have a little squeeze the left glute. It's helping to rotate that thigh open, but we do feel the pelvis stable, consolidated. Take another breath in. And breathe it out through the mouth. Take one more like that. Really fill up the torso. We'll lower all the way down. So figure four, firing up the glutes and opening up the hips. Then cross that left ankle from that right thigh. You'll bring your hands behind the head and sort of relax the neck into the palms. Bring the elbows in so you can really lift the shoulder blades off the floor. Feet are still on the floor. Inhale, exhale, draw into the belly and lift the shoulder blades up off of the floor. So especially in these elevate classes, when I kind of start this core work off, just focusing on consolidating the core, drawing everything together, and then pausing and just noticing. Inhale and lower. Exhale, everything draws together. That's what lifts the shoulder blades off the mat. Kick your left foot forward and keep your thighs in line here. So you're spreading the toes. You can even look at those toes and kind of spread the smallest toe from the big toe. Then you'll bring it left down, inhale, lower. Exhale and lift. Right leg kicks forward and keep the thighs in line. So now we're adding just a little extra demand. Extending that right knee and spreading the toes, so getting some opening into the foot. Right foot comes down, inhale and lower. Exhale and lift. So shoulders come up, belly pulls in, left foot kicks forward, take a little twist to the right. So just twisting an inch or two to the, left, come over to the left, then come back through center. Left foot comes down, inhale and lower. Exhale and lift. Kick the right foot forward, spread the toes. Why not? Twist a little to the left. So I guess we'll start off with a little reverse and then come over to the right. Nice. And then come back through center. Right foot comes down, inhale and lower. It's a little different than what I planned, but hey, no problem there. That was great. Exhale and lift. Left foot kicks forward. We'll twist to the left. So we will start off twisting to the left, same way as the legs this time. Then left foot comes down, twist through center, right foot kicks, twist to the right. Whoa, so we're taking it to the other side. And then right foot comes down, come back through center, inhale and lower. Start off going to the right, exhale and lift, right foot kicks forward, twist to the right. You bring the right foot down as you come through center, left foot kicks forward, twist to the left. Still try to relax that head into the hands. Come through center, left foot down, inhale and lower. Let's try to go a little bit quicker. So we'll start to the left, exhale and lift, left foot kicks forward, twist to the left. Come through center, left foot down, right foot kicks forward, twist to the right. Come through center, one more time, left foot kicks forward, twist to the left. Come through center, right foot kicks forward, twist to the right. Come through center, inhale and lower. Just get one more like that. So we'll go 2 times, exhale and lift. Twist to the right, right foot kicks forward. Come through center, right foot down, twist to the left, left foot kicks forward. Come through center, kick to the right, twist to the right, kick to the right. And then down, left and left. So twist left, kick left, come through center, inhale and lower. Woo! So definitely a lot of good heat going on. And what we're really doing, so come around on the hands and knees, is training our body to feel the twist coming from the core engagement and from the sense of like gathering in. So we don't want to be letting go in the middle, but really when it comes to elongating the spine, it's going to be about holding steady and really getting that stability of the low back. So we really have the floor in that core helping us hold our low back steady in our twist. But I want you to keep in mind that sensation of like twisting just a couple of inches around those ribs. Be patient with the opening, it'll come with time. We're gonna bring our hands underneath the shoulders, spread the fingers out, grip the floor, tuck the toes. This elevate class, it's always good to check in with our downward facing dog since we'll be finding it several times throughout class today. The thing we want to really pay attention to today with our down dog, since we'll be doing so much of twisting and loading of this shoulder, is keeping what's known as your glenohumeral joint, the humeral head, the top of your arm bone, the humerus bone here, centered in the shoulder socket. So you want to feel that centering by plugging your hands into the ground. Your hands won't actually move, but you want to feel like you could dial your right hand out to the right, your left hand out to the left. And it'll create this like sense of torque and spiraling into that shoulder head. So now that we have that shoulder head set up nice and strong, let's check in. Is the head dropping? We want to lift the head without lifting the chin, lift the belly into the low back, and hover your knees, pushing into the hands, then hoist your pelvis up high towards the ceiling, pressing into those palms, feeling the straightening the elbows, the core, gathering. Take an inhale. Exhale. Big inhale. Exhale, maybe let the knees bend just a little bit. You might even push into your toes and lift the heels some. Just see if that gave you a little more space in the back. Feel like your leg bones are drawing higher up into your hip sockets. It's almost like if you had socks all the way up to your thighs, you're trying to pull them up even higher. Then look at your hands even for a moment. Press into those hands, straighten out the elbows. See if you can maybe even like shift the weight about like 60% in the hands, 40% in the feet. So you feel some real weight bearing going through. And then again, get that dialing out sensation. So the right hand will feel like it's going to dial to the right, left hand feels like it will dial to the left, but they won't move much on you. One more breath here. Fill up the back like it's a big balloon.
Use the exhale to draw the front line of the body into the back line of the body. And then knees come down. Quadruped again. We can sit our hips back for child's pose, or you can keep the hips up high for high child's, and maybe just bring the forehead down onto the forearms. Your choice there. You do a little adjustment, the arms, the shoulders, whatever feels good for you. Come up, we'll do a dolphin. Keep this prep going. So hands will be down, palms are on the ground. You can always interlace your fingers for dolphin. Again, same concept here with down dog. We want that glenohumeral joint nice and centered here. So I want you to think of keeping your elbow aligned underneath that top of the arm bone. Starts to wing out again. We're just gonna put some pressure into some places we just don't need to put the pressure in. You can hold it nice and centered here. So fingers together or palms on the ground. They're both gonna be good options. But let's all relax our neck. Push into your forearms and puff up in between your shoulder blades. Do that enough until you're ready to push into your forearms and your toes and hover your knees. This might be where it is today. You might hoist your pelvis up. You don't have to straighten the knees or anything. I just want you to feel that core strong and long. Left foot will stay down. Lift the right leg so your heel is in line with the hips. Spread the right toes. Push into your left big toe now. So right where your left toe plugs into the floor. Really push into that. You can bend the left knee to get more support. Bend the right knee. Pull your right thigh in towards your belly, so really close to the torso. And then we're going to circle this hip by taking it out to the side, pointing it back, and then bringing it in and around. Out to the side, pointing it back, bring it in and around. One more, out to the side, back, in and around, and then go the other way. So point it back, bring it around into the belly. Put it back, bring it around into the belly, back, around, and into the belly. You can take a little rest or bring the right foot down and lift the left leg up. Feel free to adjust the arms. You can spread the toes of the left foot, pushing that right big toe down. Bend the left knee, pull into the thigh, push more into your forearms, lift your belly more. Then take that left leg out to the side, point it back, bring it around and in. Out to the side, point it back, bring it around and in. Whole time, core is holding strong here. We're waking up the whole system. Left leg points back, bring it around. Back out and around, back out and around. Left foot comes down, knees come down. You can take another child's pose, hit a quad, a cat-cow, your choice there. So I'll hold the arm bone centered still. So you just did all that waking up. In dolphin, it's like if you're in your child, don't just let that chest collapse and release it, but really keep the same principle going in your mind the whole time. Holding that arm bone steady in the shoulder socket. Same goes for that quadruped. When you're even coming into your cow, don't just collapse into the guts. Let those arm bones sink in. But you hold that core in steady, and it'll hold the upper core steady too. And put the joints in the right place so that your joints connect and those muscles can react. All right, everybody. Let's come to a wall or a couch or a surface or something like that, and we'll just get a quick down dog on the wall. Always good to come and visit this inversion practice because this is truly a practice of the journey of 1,000 steps, right? And every day with down dog on the wall, we take a step. Sometimes, I'll admit, sometimes it can feel like a step back. Anytime you're doing something challenging, right? It feels like you go forward, sometimes you slide back. But we're always building, we're always stabilizing. It's about that journey to the inversion, not really about that destination. But once you get to that destination, you're going to really be able to enjoy the view because you did all the prep work. You packed your bag appropriately. All right, that's enough metaphors for now. Let's get into how to actually do something at the wall or on the couch. So I have a wall that I'm going to demonstrate it on, but you can imagine if you had like a couch or a chair, you're just going to put your feet to the edge of the couch or the chair, and your toes are going to kind of come right to the edge, and you're going to go upside down. So it'll all make sense. We'll bring our hands next to our hips. You're measuring out how long those legs are with your hips away from the wall. The hands will essentially stay in the same place. We're going to flip ourselves around into down dog. So the fingers are pointing a different way, but they're still in the same spot. You're in your quadruped, and you want to lift into down dog. It'll probably feel a lot shorter than your typical down dog. It probably is a little shorter than your typical down dog. Again, this is just to get the measurement of the legs. So when we get upside down here, our hips will either be over our shoulders or maybe if we're on a couch or a surface, it won't quite be over the shoulders, but it'll be getting pretty close. So look at your hands. Once again, think you could dial the right hand out to the right, the left hand out to the left. Before you go anywhere, push into those hands, bring about 60% of that weight into them, just to start, because you're about to go 100%. Lift the belly into the back, and then walk your legs up the wall. Feel really long and strong here. Grip the floor, the fingertips, elbows are straight. And breathe. So you just want to connect to that core, keep pushing into the hands. You want to press the feet to the wall, maybe play with how high up and low they are. And oftentimes, and it's hard, like you're watching recordings, and obviously I can't see you, oftentimes people have a tendency to kind of go a little overly high with the legs. So see if you can really focus on getting that 90-degree angle into the hips. Again, kind of mainly for recording Bill and all those out there who unfortunately can't see. But hey, you know, you guys have my email. I email you guys these classes and stuff. Just email me a picture of your down on the wall or a dolphin. If you are interested in me giving you some points and stuff like that, I'm going to put that in the newsletter this week. Wow! Yes! Students in class, it's looking awesome. You feel the pelvis is like right over top of the shoulders. It's there. So now I have to write a forearm stand class, which I've got to get my wife to help me out with because she's better at it than me. All right, let's come to the top of the mat. Roll your shoulders out. Grab a little water. I like that shoulder roll after a down dog on the wall. You can go either way. Go both ways a couple times. But just nice to let that scapula breathe. Yeah, right now after we were stabilizing it. And so again, when that arm bone centered in the shoulder socket, it's like packing our bag. It's going to give us what we need in order to twist. Preparing the twist. Maybe that's what we're going to call this class. All right. Hands to feet towards the top of the mat. Leave a little room for your hands is what my brain's getting all mixed up saying. So either on our fingertips or our palms on the ground when we're landing. That means we're going to bend our knees. Oh my gosh, what a revolutionary concept. We're going to bend our knees when we're coming towards the floor. You do it with every other kind of exercise you do. Why would you do it in yoga class? I don't know. We're going to do it in this yoga class now. Arms by your side, find your mountain pose. Mountain just means standing tall. Proud posture. So like, you know, you're proud. Shoulders are back, the core is on. You feel that rooting into the floor. You feel grounded. When you inhale, bring your arms forward and then reach them up towards the ceiling. Feel how that creates all this wonderful space to help the arm bones just easily pass in that shoulder socket. And then you can really reach the shoulders up towards the ears and almost feel like you're peeling your ribs away from the hips. This is the same sensation we're going to want to feel in our twists today. Exhale, hinge the hips. Bring your hands or fingertips down to the floor. Feel free to bend those knees as much as you feel like you have to get a little connection through those upper limbs. Right foot steps back, right knee comes down. Top of the foot comes down. Inhale, reach the arms forward and up. Feel like you're almost kicking that back foot into the floor and let it really fire up that back right glute. Hands will come down. Tuck the right toes, step the left foot back to meet the right. You're in a plank here. Lower the knees. Make sure the head isn't drooping on you. You want to lift the head without lifting the chin. Then lower the body to the floor. Everything comes down except for the head of the arm bones, where those arms plug into the shoulder sockets. Keep them lifted. Pull back your hands for cobra. You can untuck the toes and root your tailbone towards the heels. And then retuck the toes, lift downward facing dog. The core is what's holding and hoisting that pelvis back up. Right foot steps forward. Try not to pick up the hands, but instead really keep them connected. Left knee comes down, top of the foot comes down, arms reach forward and up. Really long and tall in the spine here. Root the glutes, root for your glute, kick that left foot into the floor, reach the shoulders up to the ears, get that spreading, don't pop the ribs. Oh, so many directives. Hands come down. We're just getting started now. Left foot steps forward to meet the right. Bend the knees, inhale, arms reach forward and up. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Hands come down. Left foot steps back. Left knee comes down. You keep the toes tucked. Inhale, arms reach forward and up. Interlace your fingers for a moment and just reach that single fist up towards the ceiling. This can really help uncork some stuff around those side ribs. But again, keep your low ribs contained and really root your tailbone in order to get that pulling apart. Hands come down. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Plank pose. Knees lower. Lower all the way to the ground except the head of the arm bones. right where those arms plug into the shoulder sockets. Keep them lifted, then pull your shoulders back towards your hips. The chest will lift in this cobra, and also lift your belly into the low back. Toes tuck, downward facing dog. Preparing to twist, making sure we've got all the directions in place. Left foot steps forward, right knee comes down, toes can stay tucked. Inhale, arms reach forward and up. Interlace your fingers, just the other way, and pull that single fist up towards the ceiling. Keep the ribs contained here. Squeeze the right glute. You want to hold that back right glute steady to help to ease the stuff in the front to open up. Release the fist. Both hands come down. Fingertips or palms on the floor. When you step the right foot to meet the left, you want your chest to arrive over that space between the hands. Inhale, arms reach forward and up. That'll be a different spot for everyone. Exhale, into the hips to be a little bit different. Right foot slips back, right knee comes down. We'll bring the hands to heart center. First, the palms can connect. You can keep the right toes tucked. This isn't comfortable for you. You can untuck that back toe. You're also definitely welcome to be off the knee if for any reason the knee does not feel good on the ground. Or, one last thing, a block. You have a block available to you. If the knee doesn't feel good, you can always put a block under your knee. So now that we have that covered, bring your hands into a fist each and interdigitate those knuckles. So the knuckles are just linking up. And then from here, we're going to start in the center. We're going to exhale, twist the left. You come back through center and twist the left. And so just take this a few times. What I want you to notice is that the twist is happening around the ribs primarily. So we're holding the pelvis steady. Low back's not moving too much with this. Instead, we're rooting that tailbone so that we can create the opening. And by pressing the knuckles together, you're keeping your shoulder blades plugged onto the back rib, really connecting them in there. Really nice for everyone. One more time, twist to the left, and then reach both arms out. So you're staying twisted to the left, you're reaching your arms out like you're going to give someone a big hug. Bring your left hand to your right glute. Make sure that right glute is lifting, holding. That might even right away take some pressure out of the right knee. Look forward, bring the right hand down inside the left foot. Here's one of the first places you can bring your hand down onto a block with the fingertips instead of the floor. Lean into the right hand, push into the right toes, and lift your right glute up and into that left hand. Now lean into the right palm and feel the right shoulder blade plug down onto those back right ribs. All this on the right to open up the left in a little twist. You're holding the right side of the hip steady. You might even, now that the right hand's strong on the ground, you're leaning into that shoulder, you might even release the right ear to the right shoulder. If you like, you can then bring the left arm up, but try not to pull or anything. Really keep this opening in the twist, coming from that center strength of the core. Bring your right knee down, and if your right hand is on top of a block, remove it. Send the left leg back for modified side plank. So the right knee is under the right hip. Right hand is directly underneath the right shoulder. Left hand is on top of that left hip. Now we're going to keep the left foot down on this first one. Reach the left arm up, back stroke it. So the left arm is going to reach back, down, around, sweeping in front of your face and back up to the ceiling. You might face your palm towards you as it comes down and around, and face it away towards the wall as it comes up and over. So really just getting some circumduction into the range of motion of that shoulder socket and arm. Really nice. Last one, bring the left hand down, step the right foot back to meet the left. Plank. Place the pelvis in down dog. Try not to collapse your chest, but instead maybe walk your feet a little bit closer, press into the palms, grip with the fingertips. Big inhale here. Exhale. Feel like about, again, 60% of the weight in your hands, 40% in your feet. Breathe into your back like it's a big balloon. Exhale, draw into the belly. Don't let the belly go, but keep breathing. We'll walk our hands back towards our feet. So slowly, we're going to move more weight into the feet. Bring your butt over the heels. You might come up onto the fingertips. You may still have the palms down in this happy squat. You decide there, but we're pressing into the feet. We're lifting our pelvis, hoisting it up towards the ceiling. We're squeezing our butt, holding onto that connection of the hamstrings, and lifting our belly into the back. keep everything long and steady here. I've got a deep bend into my knees so I can keep this energy running in this communication. We're pushing energy down into the floor, but we're squeezing those glutes, holding steady in the core so that when that energy comes up, goes into the pelvis, gets transmitted through the core, can even come into the arms and the shoulders, and really give you much more effective opening to the whole posterior chain of the body, as opposed to just like letting it all die down into the floor. Now you're letting the floor have it all. Come on, get some back. Okay, everybody, bring your hands on top of your shins and just slowly stand up with a long spine. So this is a great option to really help you train keeping your spine long and your core engaged. Hands will just pause at the front of the hips here, so you feel the glutes almost pressing into them, and it'll help you get that length of spine. Hands are going to come to the sides of your pelvis, so just kind of cup the two sides of the pelvis, that little bowl on each side. Shift your weight into your right leg and bring your left knee up. Left knee is in front of the left hip. We're going to extend the left knee, kind of like our core work. Bring the left toe down, left heel down, load the left leg, the right knee is coming up to a single leg balance. You're going to extend the right leg, bring the right toe down, right heel down, and then bring the left knee up. One more time, step the left foot forward, toe, heel, load it, bring the right knee up. You can keep the hands at the pelvis. We're going to breathe here for a moment. You can bring the hands to prayer at heart center. You can bring the hands into the space between the forehead. Just even connecting into the forehead there can help you draw the skull back and feel that nice aligning of the energies, the Shishimanane. Keep the core on. Keep pressing into the left foot. Spread the toes of the left foot. Really grip at that thing. Then bring the right foot down and bring your arms by your side. Another mountain pose. If you got another side, inhale, arms reach forward and up. Exhale, hinge the hips. Hands or fingertips come down. Let the knees bend. Right foot steps back. Right knee comes down. Bring the hands to heart center. Again, toes can be tucked, untucked, off of the floor. We could slide a block under that knee. Knuckles are together, so just interdigitate your knuckles. It's just like, knuckles into knuckles. And then we're pushing those knuckles together. Shoulder blades turn on. Little twist to the right. And come back through center. So we're especially trying to utilize this left big toe mound, pushing into the ground to fire up that left glute. It's going to hold the left side of the pelvis really steady, help to stabilize the whole thing, so that we then essentially, we have like a nice base to rotate the ribs over top of, and to create that opening through, again, strength of core and length of spine. We're not rounding our spine and collapsing in those abdominal stabilizer muscles. Instead, we're holding them steady, creating the space for the spine to lengthen. One more time, we'll hold our twist to the right here, reach the arms out, so like you're giving someone a big hug. Take the right hand to the left glute. You're going to look forward at that left hand, flex the left wrist. No, sorry, extend it. And then bring the left hand down onto the floor. Push that left hand into the floor. Push into your left big toe mound. Lift your left butt cheek up into your right hand. You might even wiggle your right foot out a little bit wider. Let yourself really lean into that left shoulder blade. Feel like the left hand, it won't actually move, but feel like it can dial out to the left. And again, create that little spiral so the shoulder blade hugs the back ribs. You feel secure in how that left shoulder is holding you here, and you twist crescent. You might even release the left ear to the left shoulder. The right arm can come up, create a little bit more length for that side of the right body. But again, the twist is coming from the core pulling into the belly, the elongation of the spine. Notice if there's anywhere you might be leaking your energy and letting it go. Don't let it go. It's your energy, work hard for it. One more breath. Left knee is coming down. We'll bring the right leg back. Right foot is down, modified side plank. And my right hand on my right hip, just to make sure I'm steady here with that right hip right underneath the left shoulder. You always kick your left foot more out behind you. Mine won't go further back because there's a wall here, but it can help with the balance to kind of like kickstand it a little bit. So play with that. But you can also go with the challenge of the leg being more aligned. Just reach that right arm up and sweep it back a few times. So left shoulder blade still holding steady on your back ribs. Right arm sweeps back, down, and around. You can face your palm like away from you as it comes up and around. And the palm can come and face towards you as you come down and over. Really nice. Let's go like 2 more. Full circle. And then you bring the right hand down, step the left foot back, Plank pose, lift the hips, downward facing dog. So try not to push back with the hands so much, but almost grab the floor and pull your chest forward. Not too far forward like you're coming into a plank, but again, you want to feel like maybe 60% in your hands, 40% in your feet. And now I'm just going to argue this real quick, not like an argument, but my point is, how much time are you going to spend with like so much weight in your feet or in your butt, you know, sitting down? What about your hands? So let's give the hands just a small majority of the share, because they are typically not getting like any of the share. So that's why we're at least favoring them a tiny bit in our down dog to balance out our everyday movement patterns. Core is lifted, again, pushing that big toe mound. Maybe you almost feel like you got high socks on and you're pulling those high socks all the way up your legs into your hips. Then walk the hands back. So now you're going to shift like most of your weight back into your feet and bring your butt over your heels. It's a happy squat. So in lit, our squat is higher. We squeeze the butt, we spread the toes, the fingertips or palms can be on the ground. You can even walk the fingertips forward. That can feel really, really nice as well. But wherever your hands are, they're grabbing the floor. You allow yourself to have as much bend in the knees as lets the spine stay long and pull the core in. Really spread those toes. You can breathe through the lips, always feels nice. Keep that pull into the belly. We have to keep this we have to keep the circuit pretty much. If we all just let it release, it just goes down into the floor, wasted energy. You want to send it into the floor, but then spring it back up, communicate into the pelvis and the core. Bring the hands onto the shins, slide it on up. Hands come all the way up the thighs. Stand up tall for a moment. Feel like you can press your glutes through your pelvis into your palms. Hands come to fold the pelvis on either side. We shift our weight into this right leg and shift our weight into our left leg and bring our right knee in front of the right hip. Elbow mixed up. So left foot is down, right knee is up in front of the right hip. Extend the right foot forward, right toes land, right heel lands, left knee comes up. Left foot extends, left toes land, left heel lands, right knee comes up. Do the last one, right foot extends, right toes down, right heel down, left knee, bring it up. Right glute is working here. Hands can stay on either side of the pelvis. You can really consolidate that by pulling those hands together. I mean, obviously you won't move your pelvis too much, but it can really help you feel like you're like, almost, bolting yourself down. Maybe the hands are in front of heart center like you did before, or if you like your forehead, really like that because it helps you elevate the spine, connect into that center space. Something special about this called a mudra in yoga, where you're putting your hands in a specific position, sometimes on a specific part of the body to cultivate the type of energy or awareness. So you might feel that and let that cultivate here. We're all feeling the coaxing of the inner fire of the core. Bring that left foot down, arms by your side. Inhale, arms reach forward and up. Exhale, hinge the hips. Let the knees bend as much as they have to. Hit your palms all the way on the ground, even if you're low, low, low like this. Step your feet back into a plank. Lower the knees or lower all the way to the ground. Head and arm bones stay lifted. Pull back your hands for cobra. Lift downward facing dog. As you lift high, again, keep some weight in the hands. Spread the toes. We'll do 3 of these. Bend the knees, push through the toes, bend the knees. So butt back to the heels, push through your toes where that big toe mound meets the full foot. And then one more time, step the right foot forward, left foot forward. Inhale, arms reach forward and up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, hands come down, step or hop back. Hopping back, you gotta have your glutes on. Knees lower or lower all the way to the floor. Again, keep the head of the arm bones lifted. Pull back your hands for cobra or reach your arms back in locust. Hands come down underneath of you, lift downward facing dog. Core is on, spread the toes, inhale. Bend the knees, butt back to the heels, push to the toes. Bend the knees, butt back to the heels, push to the toes. One more time, coil and spring. Maybe take a little hop or step the left foot forward, right foot forward, top of the mat. Inhale, arms reach forward and up. Exhale, hinge the hips. Last one here. Step or hop back. You can always skip this and meet us in down dog. Lower, knees or not. Pull back your hands or reach your arms back in locust. Cobra, if your hands are still down. Hands come down, lift, downward, facing dog. Breath in here. Exhale. Like we did in dolphin, but keep the pelvis steady. Lift your left leg just as high as the hips. Bend the left knee, pull the left thigh into the belly, push more into that right big toe mound. 2 times here. Open up the left hip, point it back behind you, and then circle it around, bring it back into the belly. We're circling the leg bone and the hip socket. Take it around one more time, and then switch directions. So go back, out, around and in, back out, around and in, and then step the left foot towards the hand. Right knee comes down, low lunge again. Right toes can stay tucked. Inhale, arms reach forward and up. Make a fist with the left hand, bring it around to the right glute. You can always untuck those toes again, or feel free to be off the knee. That's not feeling accessible right now. Keep reaching with the right arm, keep consolidating into the core, so pull that in. Left glute or right glute is on, left fist is engaging that, pushing it down. Take a little rotation to the left. So you're rotating to the left, doing a little twist, not a big one, twisting the core with an engaged core and with a long spine. Then sweep the right arm down, side lunges. Side lunge to the right, side lunge to the left. So for side lunges, we're gonna come side to side. You can go a little slower than I'm going. You can go a little faster if you wanted to. Keep sitting your hip back in space. So really, again, pull that leg bone back in space in order to feel that opening for the hip. And every time that we sit back, we'll get just a little bit deeper, feel just a little bit more there. We're coming one more time to the back of the mat, and we're coming to standing L. So standing L, we're gonna walk our hands back to the front of the mat. Your palms are down. They can be up on blocks, that's totally fine. Slide your left foot back so that it's underneath the left hip. You'll probably go back about a foot or so. Then pull your chest over your hands. This will lift your right leg up. You're just leaning on those hands a bit. Feel the chest falling towards that space between the hands, but keep your elbows straight. And that'll actually help you lean into those hands and get a little opening there to that back line. You can push onto the left big toes. You have further places you can take it. You know what it is. But let's all bring the right knee down behind the left ankle. Here's another place for the block. We're gonna come to a seated spiral. So the left ankle's crossed over the right thigh, sitting up on a block just to elevate my pelvis. So we don't want is for that left hip to be lifted and the right hip to be down. So you can either kick this right leg out, or you can sit up on a block. And then let's roll our shoulders here, kind of like we did after our down dog on the wall, just helping that release a little bit. Really good there. And then we're gonna unwind to the back of the mat. Just face the back of the mat and come to sit down. So your toes are facing towards the back of the mat. You're sitting and facing towards the back of the mat. You can bring your hands down. We're gonna come into a little tabletop here. So the fingers can either be facing the same way as the toes, or they can turn out, they can even face behind you. I'm actually of the belief that like the hand position won't matter as much as the shoulder head position. So you go with what feels good for your wrists. Again, so you have a number of options, pretty much from facing forward to out to back. I'm gonna go with the fingers same direction as my toes here. Now core is still on, our feet are walked in enough, so when we press into the hands and the feet, get a little lift of the hips. And then just tap it down. Little press, little lift, opening the shoulders. We keep the core on, root your tailbone towards your shins. Don't worry about how high up you come, so it might just be, woo, that's great. Little bouncy bounce. Make them a little higher up. Again, grab that floor, whichever, I'll show you, whichever way the hands are facing. So here's me facing out to the side, still feels fine. Here's me facing back. It's more difficult, I feel like I have to be more open for this, but woo, there we go. All right, let's flip it back around to the right, come into downward facing dog. Really nice here. Left foot is down, right leg lifts. Just like we did on the left side, bend the right knee, pull the right thigh in towards the torso. 2 times, take it out to the right side, point the right knee back, then pull into the torso. Out to the side, point it back, point it into the torso. Point it back, take it around, pull it in, point it back, take it around, pull it in. Right foot steps forward, left knee comes down. Low lunge, little lancer style. So that lance arm will be the left arm. We'll bring the right hand into a little fist. We're going to that left glute. Knuckle it down, secure it, pull the core in, ribs are in. If you liked it before, first off, either keep reaching just up with the left hand or left fist, or take a little twist to the right. And it's just an inch or two. You're pulling that right shoulder blade onto the back ribs. Don't let the left rib pop out, but hold that in. It's more a specific one for me. It's hard for me to hold that steady. I always remind myself, hey, it's okay, stay in. And then open up to side lunges. So follow your left arm around. You pivot the feet. Your feet will be about parallel. Some people are more comfortable with the feet more turned out. Play with that. Sit the hips back. Come back through center. Sit the hips back. Keep going. You can throw a little twist into this, just a small one by kind of moving your chest to the left a little as you come to the left, to the right a little as you come to the right. One more time, to the back of the mat. As you come to the front of the mat, standing L. So walk the hands forward, the toes are facing forward again. Scoot your right foot back so it's under the right hip, then pull your chest over that space between the hands. The elbows stay straight, but we let our chest relax towards the floor. This will really help that feeling of trusting the shoulder blades to get leaned on. You're bringing your right foot into contact with the floor by pressing to that right big toe down. The left butt cheek is working here. Check out that left leg. Is that left glute working for you here? Pull that right thigh into the core. Lean into the hands. Oh, and then it just happened. Left knee comes down behind and outside that right ankle. Again, you can always kick this left foot out or find a block and bring it underneath of you. There's a lot of different ways you can adjust this. So let's roll our shoulders. Feel the pelvis just as nice and even. So that's why I want the two sides of the hips sitting on the ground, so you can just have, again, like a nice good base. Start to move and release all this stuff up above it. And then we'll come to another table. So just face the back of the mat by uncrossing that right leg and then coming to sit down. Once again, fingers can be facing the same direction as the toes, pointed out a little bit, pointed back. We'll have the palms on the ground. Before you go anywhere, I want you to press those palms on the ground, grab that foot with your fingertips, then push in the hands, push in the feet. Weight's pretty equal between them both. Lift the hips, bring it back down. Might not be a super high lift, that's fine. Think of the head of the arm bones, keep them centered in the shoulder socket. When they're drooping forward, don't let those elbows bend. Push into those elbows, keep it straight there. And if they overextend a little bit, oh, that's totally fine. Don't worry. I know some of you are really flexible in your elbows. Guess what? At least in my most recent teacher training, you're fine. It's totally fine. It's great. No problem. All right, bring your hips down, turn around, come to that downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Feel free to hit child's pose, breathe in down dog. You can try one more little coil and spring and hop, really whatever you're feeling in the moment. We'll reach those toes, lean into those shoulder blades. Woo, one day. Coming, it's coming. All right, grab a little water, wipe off some sweat. Let's bring ourselves to the top of the mat. We'll get this thing going. One more time. That's not on the playlist. Maybe we should get it on there. All right, so twist. All about core strength, and it's not about going big with them. It's about those small technical details. So just twisting a little bit, but making sure it's from that long spine and that strong core. We'll have a few extra moves thrown in here, and there's just a couple of things that aren't exactly in the same place, but mostly we've already done everything at least one time. So come on up to the top of the mat. There is one move in there, but if you can figure it out before we get there, we prepped for it at the very, very beginning of class. Come to the top of the mat, leave some space for those hands or fingertips. Let's get it rolling. Inhale, arms reach forward now. Exhale, into the hips. Fingertips or hands come down, hinge at hips, bend the knees, right foot steps back, right knee comes down, toes can stay tucked. Inhale, arms reach forward and up. Bring the hands into fists. Push those fists together, interdigitate here. You're in the center. Inhale, exhale, little twist to the left. Just do this about 4 times. Twist to the left. Pelvis is steady. Twisting to the left. Small twist, strong core. One more time. To the left. Bring the right elbow onto that top right thigh. You can bring your palms together like a little prayer position. Push into that right big toe and find a twisted prayer crescent. So now we really need that lift of that right hip. You can even bring your left hand back onto that right glute to feel that and really make sure it's working for you here. If you want to, you can look just in front of the left foot and lean into a twisted crescent with a prayer hand, half moon. So you're balancing on that left leg, or you have the right foot down. You could also just lift the right elbow, again, a twist. I want it to be long in the spine. So if you're really rounding in the back, let that elbow be free. Lower the right knee down, bring the right hand down. Modified side plank, left leg goes back, left leg can be lifted, or we're gonna bend the left knee, bend the left foot outside, come to a reverse table here with the right hand down. So again, we're lifting the hips, leaning on that right shoulder blade. So either a little reverse table or modified side plank. You could also be doing your hip release in that modified side plank. Couple options there. Let's all get 2 more breaths. If you're in that table, you're leaning on the right hand, leaning on that right shoulder blade. Bring the left hand around, downward facing dog. Breathe. To be a little bit different, left foot is down, the right leg lifts, right knee bends, pull the right thigh in towards the belly, circle it out, back, around, out, back, around, out, back, and around, and then bring it in, take it the other way, back, out, around. Weight is like 60% in those hands. Grab that floor with those fingertips, and around. Step your right foot about halfway up the mat. Load the right foot, bring the left knee with you into that single leg balance. Hands can come onto the pelvis. So now we're standing up tall, left knee in front of left hip. Extend the left foot, left toes come down, left heel comes down, right knee comes up. Single leg balance, right knee is up, holding steady here. From here, we're gonna externally rotate the right thigh, bring the right ankle on top of the left thigh, figure 4. Sit the hips back. You can bring your thumbs into your hip creases and really pull your hips back. Keep the spine long here. Again, hands in and heart center can feel good. You could bring them into that third eye. You can even do a little twist to the left. So it's like, make some room for my wall. You want to twist towards the same direction as your sole of your foot. If you're going for that. You'd also just be straight. Don't turn too fast. You stabilize the foot. All right, uncross that right ankle, step the right foot back, open up your warrior 2, left leg is forward. One time here, take a breath. Hold steady with the core, exhale. Circle the arms back a few times. So we're just getting this little circumduction, a little bit of heat into the shoulders. Let's just get that going for another 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here. Bring the left arm up towards the ceiling. The right hand can stabilize the back right leg. Really reach up by exhaling and lifting that left shoulder blade. Come back through center, inhale. Left forearm to left thigh. Sweep the right arm across your face over the right ear. Really root the right heel down into the floor and reach your right shoulder blade out and towards your ear. And then slide that right hand down, side lunges. Side lunge to the right, side lunge to the left. Taking that a few times. Again, you can throw that small twist in here, so hands on the thighs. You could throw a bigger twist by bringing fingertips down and reaching one arm up, long and tall. So it'll be up to you there. Really good. One more time to the back. One more time to the front. Walk your hands to the back of the mat. Land the left knee down. So the left knee will be a little bit behind your hip, but we're still holding that leg bone centered. Left hand is down. You can always bring it up onto a block. You're going to lean into the left hand, bring the right hand to the left glute, pressing that left hand and rotate the ribs open. Low lunge, twisted crescent. So the left knee's down on purpose here. If you want to bend the left knee and grab hold of the left foot, that can help open up that right shoulder and that left quad. We're still lifting the left glute, so you got to squeeze that left butt cheek. Make it work. Hold that pelvis steady. One more. Tuck the toes, walk the hands back to the front of the mat. One more standing L here. Hands are down, slide that left foot back, chest comes over top of that space between the palms. Push and lean into the left toes. Eventually, you might tip into your shoulder blades, but you don't kick your top leg up. You pull your bottom leg into your torso. Left foot is down, right knee comes down behind the left ankle. Come to a little seated twist. Bring that block underneath. This time bring the left hand down by your side, reach the right arm over, just one breath. Bend the left elbow and come back through center. Right hand down, left arm up, inhale, bend the right elbow in. And then last one here, we'll bring the left leg uncrossed behind that right. Just one time, push into those hands, push into the feet, lift the hips, keep the chin tucked in, just feel this opening for the chest. Doesn't, as high as you are, you feel the chest opening, that's great. You can play with the hands in a few different positions. I find I get my most opening when my fingers are pointed the same way as my toes. Biceps. Ooh. Bring those glutes down, flip it around, step the feet forward, inhale, rise up, take to the other side, exhale, hinge the hips, left foot steps back, left knee comes down, toes can stay tucked, inhale, arms reach forward and up, then we bring them into fists, interdigitate, 3 times here, pushing that left big toe, squeeze the left glute, twist to the right with an exhale, come back through center, twist to the right and press those fists together, back through center, last one, twist to the right, bring the elbow towards the thigh. If it doesn't quite touch, that's totally fine. Bring your palms together, push in the left big toe and lift that left knee. So if you're really rounded here, you might already just want to lift that left elbow off of the thigh. Whether it's connected or not, you can look just in front of the right big toes, lean into it, and try a single leg balance. So it becomes twisted crescent, prayer hands, half moon. Wow, what a name. Spread the toes, plug into that right big toe mound. Squeeze the left glute. You want to work that thing. Keep it powerful here. Whether you're in your crescent or your floating crescent, you want to stay strong in that core. Again, small twists from the ribs and elongation of the spine will do so much more. Lower the left foot down, the left knee comes down, left hand comes down. Modified side plank, the right leg can go back. We can go for our quad stretch here, bending the right knee, getting a little pull on the toes, or we can come to a full table. So for full table here, that left hand is down to a 1-arm table. We're going to bring the right foot down, step the left foot next to the right foot, and lift the hips again. You're leaning on your left shoulder blade like it's a shelf or something like that. Reaching the right arm up, core stays steady and strong. Big inhale here. Shoulder blades hugging the back ribs. Again, grab with those fingertips. Keep that arm bone centered in the shoulder socket. It's so important there. We'll flip it back around to downward facing dog. Take a breath in here. The right foot will stay down, the left leg lifts. Bend the left knee, pull the left thigh into the torso, take it out, around, and back. Just 2 times, out, around, and back, and then switch directions. Back, out, and around. Back, out, and around. Step that left foot towards the hands here. And then from here, we're going to take that opening up, real quick, into loading it for a right leg in front of us, single leg balance. All right, there we are. Left leg is down, right knee is in front of the right hip, single leg balance. Right foot extends, right toes are down, right heel lands, left knee comes up, left knee in front of that left hip. From here, we're going to externally rotate. So turn that left hip out, figure 4. It's not a bridge anymore. Now we're single leg balancing. Hook those thumbs into the hip creases, draw those shoulder blades back. Plug that right foot into the ground, spread the right toes. Really plug that big toe mound into the ground. Again, if you liked it before, hands in heart center, third eye. You can take a little twist towards the sole. You don't have to touch or anything, but just that little rotation. And this is great because, again, kind of like the floor did, figure 4 really sets our pelvis to a good, stable position when we're prepped for it. So when we rotate, we're getting a real true rotation around those ribs. Really good job here, everybody. We're going to uncross that left ankle, step the left foot back and open up for our warrior 2. Arms reach out, opposite directions. Warrior 2 stance can be short, but root that tailbone. Feel that neutral pelvis. Look at your hands, each one, and then circle those arms back a few times. Just circling the arms back, then the shoulder blades, getting a little bit of heat into them. Just another 3, 2, and 1. Flip the right hand, exhale, reach the right arm up. Make space for the side opening with the exhale. Come back through center, right forearm to right thigh, left arm sweeps over the left ear. You want to wrap your left glute down to your left heel to open And then from there, we'll take a big windmill all the way up and around. Right hand lands, right knee comes down. You're gonna have that left foot outside that right hand, left hand comes around to that right glute. Maybe bend the right knee, grab the right foot, feel that opening into the hip. No, we missed the side lunges. We'll get them in just a moment. Lean into the right shoulder blade, pull that right thigh forward, release the right ear. Then we'll release the right toes, turn to the right, a few side lunges here. So sit back into the right hip, sit back on the left hip, sit back on the right hip, sit back on the left hip. You can throw a few twists in there. Open up. Here's our last big move, standing L, walk the hands to the front, plant the palms, slide the right foot back, just bring the chest over that space between the palms. That's what it's all about, is just practicing leaning into it. Spend months here, do it. It'll feel good. So that when you're ready, and it won't always happen, but the lean will just come from trusting the shoulder blades to be leaned on. Right foot is down, left knee comes down behind the right ankle. I'm going to seated spiral. Sit up on that block. You can bring the right hand down by the right side. Reach the left arm up. I like to bend my right elbow as I lean over to the right. Left arm over. One breath here. Feel free to hang out longer if you want. You can rise up. Left hand or fingertips down. Right arm up. Bend the left elbow. Reach over. So I'm up on my fingertips. Up on the block. Just feels better for me in that position. Bring it up. Around. Uncross your right ankle, face the back of the mat. Last one here. Toes are pointed back, fingers pointed back, palms pressing to the ground. Core is on, wrap the glutes, lift the hips. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Breathing through my lips here, keeping the chin tucked in. Back is long, glutes are working. Gotta squeeze the glutes. Squeeze the glutes here. Bring your tailbone, and then lower the hips down. Bring yourself all the way down. Then we'll get one final twist here. So if the knees in close, drop the knees to the left arm can sweep out. And we'll do the clock stroke here. So we'll reach the right arm, chasing the fingers on the floor, overhead, around, down, over the leg. Kind of like we did in our modified side plank. Fingers don't have to touch the floor the whole time. They may very well lift. Totally fine. Oh, peel it open. And then you can do a few more of those, or bring your knees through center. Take it to the right side. The knees stay close to your chest so that you can keep that length of spine. The left arm starts off on top of the right. So I trace my fingers up, over, around, and down. Up, over, around, and down. Again, feel free to do that like started. That helps that spine stay long on the floor, or you can send the legs long on the mat. Take a breath in. Let the core go, be with it, just retuning, coming back into the mind body. When we move our bodies, we really do bring ourselves into the present. So it's where our body always is in the present moment. It's our anchor. I don't mean that in the sense of weighing you down, but want that anchor to be adaptable for you, that it can grind you down when you want it to, but that we also have the mechanisms to raise that anchor up and to sail off into new waters. So we have that ability to both lift the energy in order to move and to
concentrate the energy in order to hold steady. So of course, feel free to hang out in Shavasana for as long as you like. You can pause the tape. And when you're ready, just hit play. You go inhale, roll the fingers and toes. As you exhale, just slide out the mouth. Inhale, reach your arms up a little bit. Go the toes, maybe unify fists, whatever feels good for you. Pull the knees in one at a time. And then rock over to comfortable fetal position. Gathering yourself before you use your top arm, relax neck, bring yourself up to whatever feels like a comfortable seated position. You might find that blockable one time. Help elevate the spine, draw to the floor by sitting up on it. Just allow yourself to arrive again, feeling stacking, this alignment of all the Shiganade, this light energy force up and down the spine. It's really good. Those two big channel. So we were talking about this electrical energy that comes through the whole body, where all the communications take place. So just feel that coming, the energy, connecting into it. We will prepare ourselves for a twist, centered in that core, where that elongation of the spine, we really find that freedom in the full experience. So let's take that with us off the mat, the real yoga practice. Knowing we do the preparation. Things might not always go according to plan, but we at least can be adaptable and have some strategies up our sleeves. So light me as the light shines inside each and every one of you. Honor, respect this one for the work that it takes to show up every day in order to become adaptable in body, so we can be adaptable in spirit and our hearts. Namaste. Enjoy the day. We'll be ready to twist.